Hey everybody. So today I want to show you how to take a plot from Simulink and transfer it into MATLAB so that you can make adjustments to it. So you'll be able to adjust the line color, background, text, whatever. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you need to do here is obviously open up MATLAB and go to the folder that you have saved your model in. Mine is in Simulink tutorial. And I made a model of a PID controller, okay, a Simulink model. So I'm going to double click, open that up, and here's my Simulink model, okay? So it's kind of important here, well, it is important that we follow this in the steps given. I'll show you an example of what happens when you don't do it in the proper order. It just doesn't work. Anyway, so once the Simulink model is open, go ahead and click on your scope manager. Okay? And what you want to do is you want to come up here, once your scope manager window opens, come up to the very top left, and it's going to be the second icon from the left. It's called parameters. Okay? So click on that, and you're going to see a window that has two tabs. You've got general and data history. You want to click on data history. Alright. You want to check the box that says save data to workspace. So we're going to click that. And then in the text box for variable name, you need to name this. I think I'm going to go ahead and just call this sample 1. Okay. So, but you need to remember this name because you're going to need it again when you go to the MATLAB window to pull up the plot, okay? So we called this sample 1. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And I'm going to go back to my Simulink model, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Start Simulation button, okay? So let's click it, and it'll pull up my graph. And what you want to do next, well, let me go ahead and click that. So what you want to do next is go to your MATLAB window. I haven't figured out yet how to get rid of all this crap. I've been trying. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to them. Anyway, the way we're going to pull up this graph into MATLAB is by using the simplot function, okay, SIMPLOT, parentheses, and we're going to type in the same name that we just saved it as in the scope manager, okay? When you do that and you enter, it will open up this box. You want to click on the far right icon. It's Show Plot Tools and Dock Figure, okay? So when you click on this, it will allow you to modify it like this. First thing I usually like to do is just change the line color. We'll put that to 2 for width because it's really hard to see yellow on a white background. So I went ahead and changed the line color. I'm going to go ahead and click on the background and come back down here to where it says colors, okay, and you've got black and white. I'm basically going to reverse these. I'm going to make the background color white, and then my grid disappeared, but if I click on that one, I'll get my grid back because that is sets text and line color for X, Y, and Z axis, okay? Well, let's give it a name. Let's just call it sample graph 1. And why don't we go ahead and label the y-axis while we're at it. We'll call it amplitude, okay? If you want to change the text, just click on whatever text you want to change. And let's say I want to make that black. Do that, and I want to bold it. And oops, how about if I make it 14, okay? Let's go ahead and bold the time and the amplitude. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Just do whatever you want with it. Play around. You can change the Y values, the tick marks, blah, blah, blah. Just do whatever you want. But once you're happy with it, go up to File, Save As, and how about if we call this Example 1, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just save it in the same folder that my model is in, which is the Simulink tutorial. So we'll go ahead and save it. Let's X out of all this, X out of this, yes, and let me go ahead and clear that out real quick. So now you can see it has saved the plot in the same folder. So just to show you, we can open it back up and then you can make any adjustments that you want. You just click right back there and do whatever it is that you want to do to it. Save it again, and then print. Okay? Alright, so now let's see what happens when we do it in the wrong order. Okay? So let's say I just go ahead and build it, and then I'm like, oh, well, let me go ahead and see what the graph looks like. And I go up here to data, or I'm sorry, parameters, data history. Let's say I call this one sample 2. Okay? And we'll click apply, okay. And then we come over here and we do simplot, sample 2. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get an error message, okay? The reason for that is because I have not rebuilt it. In other words, I have not started the simulation again since the time I made the changes up here in the scope manager, okay? So once you make these changes, you need to go back to your Simulink model, do the build and run, and then when you go back and you do it again, you've got your simplot sample 2. This time it'll open up your window, okay? Well, I don't need to move it. Do it. You can change whatever you want again. We'll make this one a little bit more brief. How about I make this line red? I go back and I'll still keep a white and black. I'm not going to bother labeling it, but we'll save this as, how about example 2? It seems logical enough. Okay? Yeah, we'll go ahead and X out. Yes. And let's clear out that screen. So now you can see I've got example 1 and example 2. So here's example 1. Let me go ahead and open up example 2. Okay? And so it opens up, and you can see you can just change it any way you like. This is the first one we did. We labeled it, changed it to blue. The second one, we just changed the color and didn't really do anything else to it. Okay? So, alright. I hope it helped, and thanks for watching. Alright. Take care. Bye.